Hello, and welcome to The Art Will Not Be Changing. A little sultry for a sultry day. It's a little different. I like that. I think that was a little bit of a different vibe than we've done before. Usually I'm more bombastic. Who am I? Who's more bombastic? Christian De Matteo. That's me, co-founder of Fugitive Poems Comics. That's right, the Fugitive Poems, who has this beautiful sticker available for you, along with these excellent parental advisory explicit content stickers. If during this 1 hour production of The Art Will Not Be Changing, you go to fugitivepoems.com, fugitivepoems.com, and order either Monsters, Beasts, and Bastards, 192 pages of wild werewolf Nazis, peanut men, just thieves and killer washing machines, all absolutely all a monster, a beast, or a bastard. 192 pages of entertainment. Or perhaps you want River, the story of a drug dealer who's gotten his hands on a time travel machine and proceeded to bend the universe over the proverbial bubble barrel. Or, guys, normally I'm half in the bag by the time I start this show. It's so damn hot, I'm drinking water. This is why I can't talk, because I am functioning at a disabling sobriety. But you could also get Blood Valkyrie in Vegas, the story of a young showgirl who goes to a party that turns into a satanic blood orgy. There's so many options, plenty more options. Myth, Reborn, Clouds and Ether, all these great books, because we make quality indie comic stuff, and we only talk with folks who make quality indie comic stuff. So if during this show, which is going to be magnificent, you order one of our books, not only will I send you these stickers, but I, the writer, the person you don't want drawing anything, will draw some awful scribble, the visual equivalent of doggerel, on your package. You can take that however you want, and we'll see what ends up happening. So what are we doing today? Well, today I'm really excited. I got a buddy, and he told me about a guy he met who he said I absolutely positively needed to talk to. And then I read the guy's work. And that guy is Mr. Tony Chao. Wow, the dramatic reveal didn't work. Hello, how are you?
Hello, how you doing?
Good. How are you doing, Tony? Welcome to the show.
Yeah, I'm doing well, trying to survive this hot New York day, but just
like 105 today or something
great.
Stupid. Yeah, it's so hot. I'm drinking water. I can't take the chance of drinking as much alcohol as I normally would. Tony, so the gentleman I was talking about was our dear friend Tom Lynett, who met you at what show in Arizona?
It was a Arizona Comic Art Festival. ACAF? ACAF? Like, I don't know but Arizona Comic Art Festival. That's the one.
Well, so Tony goes down there. He's a fellow New Yorker. I don't normally get to talk to fellow New Yorkers. I'm very excited. He goes down there and meets the great letterer, Tom Lynett, who falls in love with Tony's work. And Tony, and has been stalking him ever since, and is behind him if you look carefully into the screen right now in that doorway. No. So the funny thing is that I reach out to Tony because of Tom. I schedule Tony to be on tonight. And then this Monday, Tom Lynett comes to my house. This was not stalking. This was expected. He's on a road trip, and he brings me a bunch of cool comics. He's lettered, like Night of the Chihuahua. Then he says, clearly he's got a memory of men of our certain age. He says,
Yeah.
hey, I ever tell you about this guy? And he gives me Metabo by Tony Chao.
Hell yeah.
And I said, dude, you told me to have him on the show. He's going to be on this Thursday. He's like, oh, yeah.
Is he still in New York or like?
He is somewhere else now. He might be in Oklahoma City now. I don't remember.
Oh, wow.
He's on a wild road trip. They went up through Canada,
Wow.
from Arizona, Quebec, Montreal, down through Vermont, Maine, and
Damn.
yeah, it's like an epic road trip.
Like, he's doing cross country trips. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, I was truly on him, his wife, and 2 teenagers. Being in a car with 2 teenagers for that long, I'm pretty sure is one of Dante's circles of hell.
Yeah. Like I did a road trip up to Maine not too long ago. It was like an 8-hour car ride, and I'm like, yo, this is crazy.
So, Tony, I'm going to want to talk about this magnificent book here that I actually got. A lot of times when people on the show, I have to read everything digital. Thanks to Tom Lynott, I got to hold this today, and it was well worth it. You are both writer and artist on all your stuff.
Yes.
What comes first? What are you first in your feelings?
I think I'm an artist first. I've been drawing my whole life. You know, drawing feels second nature, and it's only since like 2018, 2017, 2018 where I'm like, oh, I want to get back into making comics. And then I start doing some writing, and then I kind of realized I suck at writing. And yeah, no, I wrote like the first couple of short stories, and then we're just like, I didn't know where they were going. I didn't know how to set up a story. It was awful. And then I went to like grad school for it. I went to SVA for visual narratives, and that kind of really got the ball rolling on how to combine visuals and text, and just how to really tell a story. And yeah, and then now here we are. Like,
what clicked for you as far as the writing goes? When did it suddenly make sense? What was the approach that worked for you?
You know, it started clicking for me when I stopped thinking about it like as writing. You know, like I remember I used to when I started Metabo, actually, it was actually one of my thesis project for my master's program, and there was like an assignment when they were like, oh, you're like write like a segment of a script or whatever, and I'm sitting there trying to write and just couldn't, you know, like the words not making sense. Like I just couldn't. But I can picture the story in my head. So I was like, why don't I just storyboard the whole story out? And I sat down, I drew like 300-400 panels. It was like I storyboarded almost the entire book out. And then I kind of worked in reverse, where I took the storyboards, the thumbnails, and I'm like, all right, now I'm going to write the script based off of the images.
You Marvel methoded yourself.
Kind of, yeah. I didn't even know what I mean, now I know, but like I didn't even know at the time. I was just like, this makes a lot more sense in my head, and yeah.
Our friend who we spent the last 5 minutes talking about, Tom Lynott, is in the chat.
Hey.
What? You're awesome at writing comics anyway. You're gonna have to watch the beginning of the show again, Tom. You were quite the subject.
Yeah.
I am a writer first. And only. I can't draw. I understand writing inherently. It just makes sense to me. I can't do math. Like the most basic math doesn't make sense to me. My brain tuned into writing, tuned into language. I can tell a story. I can write. I have learned a great deal in schooling and all that. Obviously, I don't mean that I was born perfect, but it just, everything that gets fed to me makes sense, right? Yeah. But I can't draw for shit. And I've tried, and I can't make my brain put through the pencil what it's thinking. I wanted to be a comic book artist as a kid. So I tried for years, and to no avail. So it awes and impresses me when I meet someone like you who manages to do both. And now, having read your stuff, I know how well you do it. But this makes sense to me that you decided to approach the storytelling visually, because that's where your brain clicks initially.
Yeah.
All right, so folks, this Metabo, which I'm going to show you some images of on the screen in a minute, is a beautiful, beautiful piece. That minotaur absolutely blew my mind, by the way.
Yeah.
It is so much fun. Tell me a little bit about the story. So here you are, you're a grad student, you got
Yep.
this project, you're banging your head against the wall. When does Metabo come to life?
Yeah, so it started as like just like a writing assignment where the teacher's like, write a story of like the ideal story, like ideal project in your head. Like it doesn't have to be like it can be anything. Like like we're not even sure you're gonna make it into a comic or anything yet. Just write the ideal story. And yeah, I was sitting down. I was thinking who the main character is gonna be and what kind of. And I've always been, I'm a city kid. Like I live in New York. I'm from Taipei, and I grew up in big cities, and so I've always wanted like, all right, something set in like a metropolis. I like movies like Blade Runner and like that kind of aesthetics, and I've a lot of the old like early 2000s 90s like like cyberpunk movies, like the aesthetics really click for me, like stuff like the Matrix, like movies like that.
I don't know why Johnny Mnemonic just popped into my head.
Yeah. I was just about to mention Johnny Mnemonics.
And what was that Denzel Washington one? He did a cyberpunk kind of movie. Oh, I can't think of the name of it.
I can't either. I actually just
watched. Yeah, that whole era was full of those movies.
Right, and they're like kind of campy but also like somehow prophetic, and like
yeah.
And yeah, so I was like, all right, I want something that's like in the digital space. I was like really obsessed with VR at the time, and I have a friend he works in like cybersecurity now, but he used to be a hacker, and he gave me a lot of inspirations on like just that whole world. And I was like, all right, what if I make someone essentially a hacker as the main character? It's kind of like the movie Hacker, but not as
yeah.
deep. And
by the way, the Denzel movie was Virtuosity.
Oh, I've heard of it, but I actually haven't seen it.
My dear friends from Life on Saturn Comics, Dom and Lyd Monette. This is Dom saying, digesting a story like that takes quite the metabolism.
You know what? I actually, at the time I created this comic, I started getting into this like architectural style called metabolist architecture.
Oh.
And it's like there was that one building in Tokyo called like it's like a Nagasaki building or whatever. It's like it's got that little like the little cubes, and it's all like
yeah,
it's like all modular and whatever. And they have this manifesto of like they build like a city in the ocean where like everything is metabolized and then like it's self-sustaining and whatnot. And
how cool is that?
And then I had the idea that I'm gonna make the city that's like the last city in the world, and it's metabolized the rest of the world to sustain itself. And
so Dom was right on the money here. He also said, and I was going to ask you, there's a Mobius feel here. I found myself thinking of the Incal as I was reading the story.
Big time. That I read Incal in like 2018, I think, and that kind of like blew my mind. It's because I grew up reading like manga. Like I'm from Taiwan, and manga is just like the mainstream what kids read. Like I read like all the shonen mangas and some of the more seinen mangas. But just mostly Japanese mangas, and never really quite got into American comics. It's just like I don't know, like all the superhero stuff I just couldn't. And I also didn't know where to start. So and then I kind of found out about Mobius and read it in call, and just I guess just like the possibility of what's in it and how cinematic it looked and the amount of themes and that it touches is just, I was like, wow, I gotta do something like that, like.
So here I am reading this, and I'm like, this has got a definite manga style, but there's so much European, Belgian, French influence here. Like this could be in Heavy Metal magazine.
Mm.
And I started thinking about the Inkle, the Inkle is one of my favorite fucking things in the world. I mean, Mobius's art is mind blowing, and Jodorowsky's ideas. The amount of drugs that man did is stupendous. I don't know if have you ever seen the movie El Topo? Here, let me stop sharing.
Yes, I've seen it.
You know it?
Yeah, I've seen it.
How fucking trippy is this?
Funny enough, I saw it with no subtitles, and I don't even speak Spanish. But I'm like, yo, I'm just gonna watch it for the visuals, like. And it was great.
It's bad shit.
And it was like insane, and I think he like casted his son in it too, and he like psychologically fucked his son up.
Yeah. I mean, it fucks you up while you're watching it.
Yeah.
Folks, I cannot recommend if you want some trippy, whacked out shit. El Topo is a psychedelic western that sort of moves like Alice in Wonderland. This guy going through this psychedelic landscape, meeting bizarre character after bizarre character, but he's a fucking nutcase as well. And that is Jodorowsky, who wrote the Inkle and Beyond the Inkle and Before the Inkle. And when I looked at your work, the cool thing is nothing made me say, oh, this is like that. Instead, I thought to myself, this man is influenced by like 40 different things. I can isolate 3 or 4 of them, and he's made it his own. He's metabolized. We're just going to keep doing that. All of this, digested it, and made it his own. There is just some amazing art throughout this story. And guys, look at here we go. Here's the city. That's what I was looking for. Yeah. Look at that. The writing is great. Hey, your lettering. Do you hand letter or do you? What do you do?
I just go on. I just do it on Photoshop, and I for the second book, I thought about hand lettering it. I started with it, and then it was just like, man, it was just gonna take way too long, and my handwriting's not good enough. So I type it out. Yeah.
I asked because the image that I put up for the Instagram ad of the service bot talking to the woman, and she said, "Is this slum?" And he's like, "No, this is Midtown." That looked hand lettered to me, and it worked.
Was so hand lettered, yeah.
Okay,
but that one was kind of like a concept art sketch I did, and I was just it was like a sketchbook drawing. I scanned it, colored it digitally, and so a lot of the text on that one is handwritten.
Dude, this stuff is beautiful, and I want look at this this cityscape, the people, the way it's drawn. There's even a I don't know if you have, and maybe you do. I don't want to assume what you do or don't know. It's just that I'm old and you're young. Do you know R. Crumb?
Yeah. Robert Crumb. Yeah.
There's even a hint of Crumb in here with the way that you do the legs and the hips. It really is like you, and I used that word before, digested all this cool shit and made it entirely your own. This is such a unique style. And the minute I went to your website after Tom told me about you, I was knocked on my ass right away. Folks, the cool thing about Metabo is 2 things. One, it is for sale on his website. So if we go to the store, you can get your hands on Metabo issue 1. But you can also get your hands on Metabo issue 2, The Outlands, which I will be doing because this has just come out. And the story ends on a cliffhanger.
Yep.
And you're going to want to see where this goes because it ends in a really sort of fucked up place, to be frank with you.
Yeah.
You really get you. So here you are. You don't consider yourself primarily a writer, but you got me very attached to the female character whose name I just blanked on. I want to
Maya.
say Tanya. No,
Ma-
Maya.
yeah.
Maya. You got me very attached to Maya, and the way things play out, not to spoil anything, really got me, and I wanted to know. I'm dying to know what's happening next. So you just put out Metabo 2. Tell me about that.
Yes. Yeah. So it actually took me 5 years to like. It didn't take me 5 years to make it, but it took me like 3 years, 3.5 years to get back into making Metabo again. Because I finished issue one in 2021, and I was like, yo, I'm gonna go make Hazmat for like 4 years, and then I was like, I finished issue four. That was like a little stopping point, and I was like, all right, I think it's time to come back to this, and I like wrote out a bunch of synopses. I kind of figured out where the story is actually really gonna go, and yeah, and then I spent a good chunk of last year and like the last year and a half just working away at the Outlands, and a lot of the like the Outlands, the second issue and the first issue is kind of there's a big contrast. You know, the issue one is you're really in that virtual space. You're in Wayne's the main character's element, and in issue two, I try to take him out of that element that he's comfortable with and throw him into, like I said, the Outlands. Into no, he's no longer in the city. He's no longer in the computers, and now he has to deal with real world consequences. So.
That's exciting for me, having just read part one. Yeah, I'm gonna be ordering this very shortly. Folks, I'm putting in the chat, and by the way, jump in the chat. I see a bunch of you are here. Jump in the chat and let's hear what you think. Tony's work is absolutely incredible. I just put his website in the chat. Go there, you can look at huge amount of samples of the stories, and then you can go to his store and order them. And frankly, if I just saw correctly, Metabo 1, am I right? It is only $15. That's it, folks. $15, and this could be yours. I'm going to be ordering Metabo 2 because I need to know what happens.
Awesome.
Tony's work is beautiful, and you started talking about Hazmat.
Yes.
And Hazmat. So one of the things that I advertised for our show is you've got these prophetic, fucked up, Cassandra-like, prophetic. I said that already. Post-apocalyptic visions of the future.
Yeah.
That are even bleaker than Mad Max in some places. Just utter devastation. Now that I've heard that your idea about how you got into this concept of a metabolizing city, and we combine that with your concept of decay, which you have a whole other comic about, I have a better sense of this. What is this? Do you have a theme that you find yourself circling, or a concept or a desire to know something that you're investigating, or do you just do what comes out?
I think a lot of time it is just kind of what comes out. You know, I do have a fascination with, like, honestly, not end of the world, but just like post civilization in a way, and just what we become once there's no, all the guardrails are kind of gone, and you're out in the wild, and how do people, and it is maybe a part of like anxiety of mine, just thinking like, hey, all this seems very fleeting, and everything could end, and so, you know, I think about that, and yeah, sometimes I express that anxiety through comics of like, all right, like, the world's okay right now, but, you know, like, say in this future world of everything is destroyed, wasteland, and you have to wear a hazmat suit, what would I be? Like, you know, who would I be? What kind of character would I have in this kind of environment? And a big part of that is exploring that in hazmat. Yeah.
We've got Tom Linen in the chat. It's from somewhere in America, wherever he is. Metabo is right on. Hazmat freaking spanks. The story, the art, the concept, and everything about Hazmat is amazing. And it's mostly a silent comic so far.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was like, yeah, and I intend to keep it that way. It'll be silent for until the end.
That's a very special kind of writing. People
Yeah,
see that there are no words and like, oh, there's no writing. It's like, no, you asshole. There's a story here. There's
yeah.
plenty of writing. There's just no dialogue. How are you approaching? How did you did 4 issues? How did you approach Hazmat to find the story?
I started it as like an escape from Metabo because Metabo was schoolwork at the time, and
Right.
I was sick of actually writing, like writing dialogues and writing like just just writing in general, typing up words. And I was like, yo, I just want to make something cool with cool visuals, with cool colors, and I don't want to write nothing. And yeah, I don't want no text. I don't want like, and especially with the first issue, I'm like, yo, let me just let me have some fun with it. I don't want to take this too seriously. And yeah, I know it's bleak, but I had this image of a guy in a hazmat suit in the wasteland, and I was like, yeah, like let me just make the story and you know it started as a challenge, and then later on I'm like, yo, and I did at some point put in some text into hazmat, and I'm just like, it doesn't hit the same, so let me take that out. I'll just keep it silent.
I'm going to tell you something. As a product, look at this shot. Holy shit. As a product of the 90s, the 80s and 90s, when I say bleak, I'm so fucked up that I mean that as a positive. I look at this and I can see this shit on just liquid television, on MTV liquid television. This could have aired after Aeon Flux. I'm like, I could watch this wordless cartoon for days. I am absolutely sucked into Hazmat immediately. I spent a long time the other day on the website going through these beautiful images, reading these issues, everything that's available of the Hazmat series, in absolute awe. And to me, there's a humor to it. I found a lot of it funny because it hits my dark sense of humor. His situation, he makes this soup earlier,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then it's absolutely, he spends all this time. He got a rat, he makes a soup out of it, and then, all right, let's try it. Here it comes, here it comes. Blah! And he kicks it the fuck over and drives away. I thought that was hysterical.
yeah.
Absolutely loved it. You got a great sense of humor. You've got and you're pacing for the joke. Like guys, really look at this. There is suspense here. We've got him cooking in it. We got to watch the mouse break down step, step, step. We see that he's ready to try it in the way he's got to try it with the mask. And we watch it get to him. That pacing, Tony, is so cool that you thought that out. It does have a cinematic feel, but it also has exactly the right beats to make the humor happen. How important is humor to you in your writing?
I think, yeah. I mean, it's not. I don't think it's the main focus, but I like to sprinkle it in here and there. Like most of my work is, like action and like obviously science fiction is all encompassing, but like it's that focused. But I don't know. It's like yeah. Like I don't take things that seriously. There's no reason to make everything all like even in the most bleakest situations, like people live. You laugh a bit, and like I try to sprinkle it in. It's so I don't read it and feel like, oh man, this is just dark, like it's just like every once in a while I want to put in the little humor, little.
Check this out. Just purchased book 1. I'm already sick and tired of not owning it. Boom, right there. Thank you, Dom.
Thank you.
Dom, Tony, Dom is going to have your work. That's awesome. Thank you so much for ordering. Guys, it's so good. Um, you talked about writing out your anxieties, and now you're talking about writing the humor, and you're speaking my language. Today I finished another short story and showed it to my wife, and she's like, "Ah, another complicated mother son relationship," and I'm like, "Oh fuck, am I that transparent?"
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got all this shit in our heads that we're working out, our traumas from our life, our questions from our life, right?
Yeah.
And but if you don't laugh, you cry. And us creatives like to show how entertainingly fucked up shit is. So
Yeah.
I love that you're doing this. You're presenting this world, but there's humor to it because it's funny. Everything's funny. Chekhov said that everything that happens to a human being is comedy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I agree with that. And you've done a beautiful job here. Whoa, what did I just do? You've done a beautiful job here. Look at this shot. This is absolutely gorgeous. And you're using a limited color palette. Why did you choose to do such a limited color palette? It worked so well.
Um, it, the practical reason would be because it's easier, but I I try to. The only thing I want to keep constant are the main characters. So like Hazmat will always be green. The dog stays around, so he always be blue. And then I want to just I want to change the color scheme every chapter. So like book one of Hazmat has like 6 chapters, 8 page chapters, and every 8 page I change up the all the color schemes, and a lot of it's just I want to just have fun. I don't want to be stale. I don't want to keep keep coloring like the same colors over and over and over again. I want something vibrant, something trippy, and something that the color combination that people haven't really quite seen before, and something that excites me. Like I don't want to go stale.
There's a comic called Space Riders.
Oh, I know.
Um,
Yeah, by
oh, I fucking
Alex
love
Zarian.
it. Yeah, and
Yeah.
what they did with the colors, by going in an odd direction with them, makes it pop so much. I am completely taken with the way that you're doing your colors on this, and each panel. It's so exciting. It's such an exciting book. You managed to get so much action into each panel. Look at this, guys. Here's a little spoiler alert. Don't worry, it's only issue 2 of 4, so things will be okay.
He lives. He lives.
But but yeah, I love the decisions that you're making here and how you're putting this across. Um, so you've got Hazmat. There are 4 issues of Hazmat out.
Yes.
By the way, folks, every week, every week, I, Christian De Matteo, am presenting you with another amazing creator that you should know, that should be a household name. This week we've got Tony Chao, and holy crap, you're seeing this work. It's unbelievable. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. I'm just guessing that these things are here and here. I actually don't know. Ring the bell. Let's say maybe it's over here. I don't know. Ring the bell so that you get notified every time this show is going to go live. Like, subscribe, ring the bell, because we're bringing you the very best indie content. And I want to show you now another piece of Tony's work that's amazing. So you have got 4 issues of Hazmat.
Yes.
And you've got 2 issues of Metabo.
Yes.
Tell me about ServBot 886. What is this? This is hand lettering here, right?
Yeah, this one is hand. This one I actually hand lettered it. This one and the Fightbot one. Part of these two are kind of like a little, not series but mini anthology series. It's me thinking about robots and consciousness, and ServBot is a kind of a funny one where we see, like, say you got a Roomba in your apartment that decides that he's sick of being a Roomba, and yeah, and he wants to escape, and he has a terrible owner, and he's like, what am I doing here? But it's got bad hardware, it's not that smart, so he tries to escape and he fails, and and then like it's kind of, and then the owner takes him to like the Radio Shack equivalent and wipe his memory, and now he's back to square one. So
By the way, I like the secret appearance of our buddy Hazmat on the screen.
yeah.
Yeah, this is beautiful. Yeah, I love, again, the art is so good. And then you said that it was, you did this and Fight Bot.
Yeah, Fightbot.
Look at that. Look at that image. You got a classic boxer gait going on here. It
Yeah,
really is.
funny enough, I am a boxer, so like my job is I'm a boxing trainer, and yeah, I've been boxing for half my life, 17 years now, and so yeah, this one actually hits pretty hard at home for me. Like,
Look at that. Look at that. Tony, I am completely taken with your art, with the style, and you can't nail it down. I can see influences, I can see aspects of it, but when you put it all together, when you look at it, it is uniquely, entirely yours, and I absolutely love it. Who? So we mentioned Mobius.
yep.
Who are your biggest influences? Like who are the guy who's the Mount Rushmore for you of artists?
Mobius for sure. Um, Otomo, who did Akira.
Okay.
Um, like I really like Akira's great. Domo, is it Domo? Yeah, like the other one where he talked that with the little the psychic guy that's in the apartment complex. That was a great series from him. Takahiro Inoue, the guy that did Slam Dunk and Vagabond. That's another very big influence for me. Um, as far as Western comic, have you heard of this guy Sergio Topi?
Yes.
Yeah, his
Yes.
stuff is fucking
Dude,
incredible.
I did not know him until I worked with my friend Claudio Girardo, who said, I want to approach this comic we're doing through sort of a vibe of Sergio Topi, and I'm like Topio, and I'm like, wait, what? And he made me dive deep, man. I didn't know. I was not aware. And holy crap,
Yeah,
the art
his
is
stuff
stunning.
is incredible. Yeah, like I think I found, I think I just stumbled on it, just like reading, like in like a comic shop or whatever. I picked it up and I was like, "Holy, what the hell is this?" Like, and then I went and ordered. I think the collector. That was his, more of his like his actual book. I have that, and I read through that, and I think the story is okay, but the art is just so mesmerizing, and try to take a bit of his line work, and it's a bit. I mean, I can't really like it's a bit hard to like take too much because it's so stylized, but you know, you take a little bit of how he panels things, and like I just like every page of his feels like, yeah, it's a comic, but it's one illustration. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's just I love that aspect. I try to do that with my own work. And
Did you have any experience with comics like Tintin or Asterix?
I've watched Tintin as a cartoon as a kid,
Okay.
but I never really read it as a comic until like much later. But yeah, it was mostly Tintin was kind of just like a cartoon for me.
Okay.
Yeah, and yeah, like I said, like most of my influences growing up was like Japanese mangas, and so I think a lot of the paneling I kind of I take from there. So
Okay.
I kind of find American comics sometimes a little hard to follow a little bit, and a little choppy. If you put if I like, you know, like I've read like old Jack Kirby comics, and I just like, man, I couldn't fucking get into it. You know, like it's like this dude is. I'm seeing the image and I'm reading the text of describing the image, and I'm like, and then everything is like, it's just a punch, and then it's not like, in my opinion, like the sequence is kind of not there for me, like
Right.
when you like, and that's one thing I really like about like mangas is that like, all right, you're watching like a fight sequence, like, all right, you're really seeing like all right, he's drawing back, and then there's like the mid reaction, and there's like, you feel like you're watching like a storyboard, like you're like going like in a movie, and like I'm not just watching like sometimes I feel like I'm reading picture books in American comics, and that kind of trips me up.
So it's funny you say that. My wife was apparently much cooler than I was in high school, and as a result, did not grow up on comics. So she meets me, the poor thing, and I start introducing her to comics, and I get her into Brian K. Vaughan's Saga. I get her into Descender by Lemire, and she starts reading. Well, I decide to go backwards one day, and I'm like, I haven't read Dark Phoenix Saga in a while, so I leave that out, and she says to me like, "Yeah, I read like 5 pages of that. I don't know what the hell's going on. I don't know where to look. I don't know what direction to go in." And there's like 5 million words on the page.
Yeah, no, yeah, like it's. I forgot what comic I read. It was like I was like, yo, there's so much text. I'm like, what are we doing here? Like, like,
oh, back in the day, Tom Lynott, by the way, is recommending try turning the pages right to left when you read American comics. Yeah, the old American comics are. They tried to get as much out of every inch as they could. But I just mentioned Brian K. Vaughan, Jeff Lemire. Are there any American writers? Rick Remender. I don't know if you've seen Tokyo Ghost. Are there any American writers or artists that are jumping out at you?
I like Jason Aaron's work quite a lot.
Okay.
Like The Goddamned and Scalp was really good.
The Goddamned is great. Yes.
Yeah, I really that was a kind of a big influence for Hazmat too. Actually, just like how you did like the what's the artist name, R.M. Guerra, I think, and his artwork is awesome.
I happen to have that right here.
Yeah. Oh man. Oh, that's a variant cover.
Yeah. Jason Aaron and
R.M. Guerra, is that the name of the artist?
R.M. Guerra. Yep. Yeah, that's
might be like, I don't know if he's a Spanish guy or whatever. Like, I don't know. But yeah, the artwork for that and the writing is just awesome. Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah, this is an issue 3 variant. You're right. But yeah, really a good story.
So that one's great. Was it is it Brian Woods? Is it Brian Woods? Like the guy that did the DMZ comic?
Oh, I don't remember that.
It's about New York, and it's about like New York becomes like a demilitarized zone, and then we're following this character who's like a journalist or whatever.
DMZ, Brian Wood.
Yeah.
And with artwork by him and Riccardo Bercelli.
Yeah, but sometimes he has like other artists that come in and do certain chapters and whatever.
I haven't read that. I don't know that one. I'm gonna have to check that out.
It's pretty good. Like I haven't finished it, but I really enjoy the first like 4 books, and it's quite long. There's like, I don't know, there's like 100-something chapters at this point. So,
is that right?
I think it's reaching like manga, like like yeah. What else? Who's the guy that did King City? Shoot, what's his name?
Brendan Graham.
Yeah, Brendan Graham's work is really fun. Usually I kind of just open the book and like I admire the artwork and I don't end up reading the story. But...
So my partner, James, the artist, I'm like, I give him a book. I'm like, how great was that story? He's like, I don't know. The art's beautiful.
Yeah, that's
read the story.
Yeah. A lot of times that's me with comics. Like,
Can I recommend to you We Stand on Guard by Brian K. Vaughan?
Oh yeah.
Um, it's a couple of feet away from me here. I can't remember the artist's name, uh, and I will tell you that. Art by Steve Scroce. It is absolutely awesome. We Stand on Guard. Let me put the I'll put the link in the chat for everyone. Actually,
Oh yeah, that'd be great.
I'm thinking about your art style and I'm thinking about your storytelling style, and that popped into my brain immediately. Here's the long ass Amazon link in the chat there. Good Lord, that's ridiculous. It was two. Well, I came across as two different things. I don't even know if that's going to work. Let's see. Is there a way we can share? Read, sample, follow. Well, it's called We Stand on Guard by Brian K. Vaughan.
I'll look it up. Yeah. I know Brian K. Vaughan though.
Do you dig or know Matthew Allison's work? Tom wants to know.
I do not know. I have not heard of him.
I don't know him either.
Yeah. Maybe
Matthew
let me
Allison.
look it up. Maybe I'll recognize.
Let me see. Matthew Allison.
I've seen this. I have seen this. Yeah.
Yes. As have I.
I have definitely seen this. Haven't quite gotten into it yet, but I'm a fan.
That's so. Yeah, thank you. Tom always clues me into some really wild artists, like Johnny Ryan. He got me into Prison Pit and Porno Basket, Porn Basket, and Fat Cop, all by Johnny Ryan. They're absolutely nuts. The Life on Saturn, our friends at Life on Saturn said Matthew Allison's Canker is one of my favorites. And Tom says Canker is his best known art book. Your art reminds me of his. Really awesome. Guys, subscribe, like, ring the bell. We're having a great time here. Tony, what's next?
What's next? Well, right now I'm finishing up a little second book of Decay.
And we didn't talk about Decay.
Yeah, so Decay is I don't even want to call it it's like I was sitting on the couch getting high and I'm like, yo, well, it'd be funny if there's this weird baby in this vat. And so it's like the vat story is the first story of Decay. I haven't put up the rest on my website, but a lot of this is just like, yo, let me just make some weird shit, like some weird esoteric story. And I got 3 of those going on. I put it into a book, and now I got 2 already done for 2 more short story done for the next book, and I need to finish the last short story, and then I'll put it together again. But it's like a weird little anthology of weird Decay universe, and a bit of the theme would probably be like the younger generation takes over the older, as we all decay, and then newer people come out, and so that's kind of I think that's part of the theme.
I love this right here as the body comes apart. Did you ever see the 1960s version of The Time Machine? Old movie.
No.
By H.G. Wells' Time Machine. There's this great scene where he's stuck in this cave, and one of the Morlocks attacked him, and he knocked it out, and the body's next to him, and he starts going through time, and he watches it decay, rot, and come apart. And it's like stop motion animation that they did it. It's so cool, and I thought of that as soon as I saw this. That time version of The Time Machine is one of my all-time favorite movies, and that's a really cool scene. Tony, where? Go ahead.
The cover for the first Decay zine is, you'll really like this. But This is the.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Great. Oh, it's so cool. And again, your color choices, your art, everything is wonderful.
Yeah. So that's the.
Is that available yet?
Yeah. I mean, this is the zine. I think I'm pretty much out of this, but I have the little book version, and I have a lot of these. And this is
Okay.
It has the VAT story and how do I show this? Like two other.
Hold on,
Like,
let me give you the screen here.
yeah.
Jeez.
Couple other.
Man, your style is so up my alley.
Yeah, a lot of this these are I draw these on a sketchbook, no pencil, nothing, just straight to ink, and then I color it out.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. I absolutely love it. My man Dan Price is in the chat saying, "Hey Christian, creator of Bigfoot Knows Karate." Look at that. Oh my gosh. Hey, what does Paka mean?
It doesn't mean anything.
Well, I'll tell you why.
What?
My nephew,
Yeah.
my sister's son, that's his word for grandpa. When I saw that in the comic, my jaw dropped.
That's
he calls Grandpa Paka. I was like, oh my Lord.
Yeah, that's hilarious. I mean, you know, I made it up. I made it up. I have no idea. Like I was like I said, I was getting high on the couch, and I'm like, let me have the baby say this, and this will be the only text in this comic.
Well, I saw that, and I'm like, wait, is that his grandfather? Hey, Tony, where do we find you next? What do we do? How do we keep up with you? How do we get into your home late at night while you're sleeping? What do we do?
All right, I try to well, obviously I got my Instagram handle. It's the real Chao Man, TheRealChaoman. That's my Instagram handle. I think I have a TikTok. My wife handles that. So she just grabs whatever I got on Instagram, puts it on TikTok, and I'm like, all right, yeah, I don't want to download it, so you go at it. And yeah, so I think so far I have one more show coming up this year. It's in Helsinki, actually. I'm doing the Helsinki Comic Art Festival.
How cool is that?
So I'm very excited about that. It's like, because I did most of the East Coast comic conventions the last couple of years. I did like MoCA in New York, Brooklyn Bix, Brooklyn Independent Comic Showcase in Brooklyn. In 2019, I did the last Comics Art Brooklyn.
Wow.
Yeah, and that was great. And I'm still friends with Gabe from Desert Island. I think they're coming back with something else in November.
Our friends Life on Saturn did Desert Island as well, if memory serves me right. Guys, correct me if I'm wrong, but Dom and Lyd Monette, Life on Saturn, you should check it. You would love Life on Saturn's comics. They've got a wild style going on as well. Let me give you the link for them. Oh my gosh, they're so cool. Amazing.
I'm definitely trying to come back to Arizona next year for sure. If there's any Vegas shows, I would love to know. I just haven't. I didn't know any yet, so I definitely want to come back to Arizona. I had a great time, and I had a chance to like drive up from Phoenix up to like Sedona, and man, I feel like Mars, man. It's so crazy out there.
Like, by the way, Life on Saturn just said I'm jealous. It feels impossible to get into MoCA.
You know, luckily for me is like. I never got into MoCA either. Like as an individual creator, I've just been tabling with SVA. My grad program lets me like put my work there and help table, and so I've been really lucky with that. But yeah, it's impossible to get into MoCA, and they're so expensive. It's like $500 a table, and
I just put in the chat Life on Saturn's art, lifeonsaturn.art.com. You definitely, these are guys you should hook up with. They are also New York creators, and they are incredible. Tom wanted to know if you're coming back to. You responded to that. Excellent.
Yeah, I definitely would love to come back, and if you know a Vegas one, I would definitely love to do that too. I have to look it up. I don't know if there's. And I did one in Nashville last year too. That was quite fun, and I think I might try to do it this year again. It's in October. Um, and I think as far as East Coast go, I did SBX, but SBX they're always like, it's all lottery based, so it's kind of a crapshoot.
Right.
It's an outside Maryland, outside of DC, and I did one in Mice in Boston. That was a great time, and yeah, so I was like, I did. I'm East Coast based, so I've done a lot of the East Coast conventions, New York, especially anyone around New York, New England, and yeah, in the last couple of years, it's just like, all right, let me venture out to the rest of the country.
I love it.
The Chicago back in May this year, and Arizona, and honestly, Arizona had some of the best sales in Arizona, so I'm definitely coming back.
Well, you made a fan in Tom Lynott, and he made a fan in me.
Yeah,
Folks, if you look in the chat, at the real Chao Man, stay on Instagram. Follow him immediately. Follow at Fugitive Poems as well, by the way. But follow Tony immediately so you know where he's going to be and you see his latest art. This guy is doing some wild shit. Tony, I am absolutely awed by your art. It hits a sweet spot for me, the kind of stuff that I absolutely love. And I'm going to be reaching out to you to see if you want to be in our anthology series, which is called Folklore for the Uninsured, which we have in comic shops. So, because your style is right up our alley. Listen, you got anything new coming up? You got anything new going on? You reach out to me, and we'll have you back on the show. I'd love to have you on.
For sure. Yeah. And stay tuned. I'm trying to get this new Decay book finished before September, so I can have it for Helsinki. And
awesome.
Yeah, and outside of that, I'm just keep working.
Folks, go to Tony's website. Go to Tony's website. Order yourself some cool shit today. TonyChaoIllustration.com. These books, these great images we've been showing throughout the show are ready and for sale. Like, subscribe, ring the bell for the Fugitive Poems Show. The art will not be changing. Go to fugitivepoems.com. Buy some of our cool shit. Plenty of indie comics, art, and just amazing shit is out there for you. Don't worry about the mainstream. The mainstream had its time and it kept doing the same thing. You want to see wild stuff that you never even thought about? You want to see the kind of shit that comes out of a brilliant mind when it's high on the couch? Then you need independent comics. So, folks, go to fugitivepoems.com. Go to, I just had it on the screen, where'd it go? TonyChaoIllustration.com. Come back next week for another great episode of The Art Will Not Be Changing. This has been Tony Chao.
Yes, sir.
I am Christian De Matteo, co-founder of Fugitive Poems. We are Fugitive Poems, and we make comics.